is that time yet again. NFL Week 12 action is upon us, so you know what that means. Ladies and gentlemen, tie those laces and start those engines. It's time for Towing the Line with your host, truly, Joey Nips.
Towing the line week 12 ahead of you. I don't know what I'm doing with what I have on. Don't question me. Just go with it. Big head, no brain sometimes, okay? But you know what we did with the brain? We got 2 more betting wins. We're 9-4 on Thursday nights. Let's go into week 12. Let's go.
Bro, we'll put it like that. What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
How was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just that, man, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like he's got the ball yet. First NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory! What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those. One of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like he got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, hey, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took over Rich McCann, was still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then can I make us do it.
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers at wide receiver, Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go.
Week 12 returns, which means it's time to toe that line and give a toast to the retired penny with the opening coin toss, and yours truly, Joey Nips.
Not saying if it was heads or tails. You got to decipher that this time, my friends. Like Jim Nantz says, welcome, friends. Thursday night football, Buffalo at Houston. No CJ Stroud. Spread is at -6, where I'm looking at with an over-under of 43.5. First off, I'm a Colts fan, so there's going to be a little bias in this one for me. Buffalo -6. It didn't get up to 7 against Davis Mills. Buffalo and Josh Allen, their offense was hot last week. Houston's was not. Barely squeaked out Tennessee, which we'll get to in the AFC South. So enough of the cowboy hat. Going with the hard hat and lunch pail of the blue collar Bucky. -6. Lock it in.
It's time to get ready and take a deep dive into the state of the AFC South with yours truly, the Indianapolis Colts, followed by the Texans, Jaguars, and Titans with Joey Nips.
And that's right. We have the AFC South, which really, for the Colts having a bye week at 8-2, didn't work out too well for them in the rest of the areas of the division. Jaguars get to 6-4 with a massive win over the Chargers. Houston gets to 5-5. They're not passing the eye test. They barely squeaked past Tennessee, I think, twice now, but they're also without Stroud. And then the Titans are 1-9. It's like, if you can't win a divisional home game off your bye week against an okay team, it just ain't it for you. Now they got Seattle coming to town, Tennessee. Seattle's just coming off their tough game with the Rams. To me, man, they could be looking at 1-10. People keep leaving there. Coaches leaving there. Sad stuff. Don't want to harp on it too much. Good luck to them. Houston has Buffalo, like we already talked about on Thursday night. They have a critical 2-game stretch here, Houston. They cannot go 0-2. They have Buffalo at home and at Indy. If you go into your 5-7, even with Stroud back, you have to win out at that point. It's not going to happen. So they must win one of their next 2 games. Go Buffalo. And then you look at the Jaguars. Their schedule does get easier. They're only 2 games behind Indy now, and they're at Arizona. Arizona now, they could be a little bit deep. You know, they beat Dallas on Monday Night Football, but then they get blown out by San Fran. Kobe Brissett has 47 completions, most ever. People use that for a trivia question one day. So at Arizona is never going to be an easy one. They could put up some points. And then the game of the week with Nance and Romo. Chiefs, Colts at noon. In that big time slot, that's the biggest one of the day on that page. I'm amped up. I'm treating it like a playoff game, and I can't wait to get it on because a lot of people I know are going to say Kansas City's got this in a must-win at home. As Lee Corso once said, not so fast, my friends. We will be led by our MVP, Jonathan Taylor, 2-8. And that is your state of the AFC South.
It's time to give a toast to head coach Gregg Schiano and get those toes on the line with some good old-fashioned football talk with yours truly, Joey Nips.
As always, we recap a couple, not so things I'm happy about. We know how toe in the line works now. NBA injuries. You want to hear who was out last night? You want to talk about the star power? This is getting ridiculous. Not only in our fantasy league, we have Tones, I, and others. Giannis out. Wemby out. Steph Curry out. Sabonis out. Trae Young out. Anthony Davis out. Beer what? So cool. Oh, hell yeah. Banchero out. Ja Morant out. Jalen Williams out. And Cooper Flag. I mean, 13 players that people want to watch. Pacers played last night too. They have a bunch of 10-day contracts. No Halliburton. They're like 1 win. It's too much. This is. Yeah. We'll hold it in and we will toe the line on that one. Get into my second. We talked about this after week 1. Didn't think we'd have to do it again, especially the talent of these guys. I know talent doesn't add up to always being ready to go up here, but Jamar Chase, I'm passing the line on you. Spitting on another man. Throw some punches. Go with what happened with Finnegan and Andre Johnson. You can battle it out with Ramsey this day. I'm fucking throwing my paper all over. But don't be an idiot. Jay, I'm glad you're suspended 1 game. You're lucky it's not more. And you should be ashamed because Joe Burrow's practicing, and now you're suspended. It's inexcusable. It's a dog-ass move. And I'm crossing the line, and I'm not toning it, and that's your segment for the week.
It's time to get those spoons out and get yourself a sweet treat in the world of Sunday football with Sunday and Joey Nips.
That's Nips with 3 S's for you on social media, folks. Twitter, X, whatever you prefer. You could go with that. Last week, Sunday, we got 3 good winners, and I tried to find something in common with them. Buffalo Bills got to 7-3, though they were playing Tampa Bay, obviously. They deserve some credit there because it was a shaky start. They threw that interception that Josh Allen looked like Carson Wentz for a second, and then he went into Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen mode. Chicago Bears, the Bears have won 7 out of 8, and they went to Minnesota and took down a good coach and a pretty good talented roster in Minnesota. And then the LA Rams against Seattle. A lot of people are calling them the best team in football right now at 8-2. We will see. It changes a lot of weeks these days. A lot of people have different top 5, top 10, everything's effed up. But all I do know is these 3 teams get Sundays, and one of the reasons, they all have good run games. Cook, and then you got Swift and Monungai, and then you got Kyron Williams and Corum. They have good things going there. They just truck it. They run it. That's what they do. They pound people when they need to. So kudos to them. They got big wins in big spots last Sunday, so they deserve that treat. Now, I'm only going to keep it at 2 this time for this week. Dallas and Kansas City play. Follow me here. Got to use this a little bit. Dallas and Kansas City play next Thursday on Thanksgiving. This week is major for both of them. They don't play each other, obviously, this week. Dallas has Philly. KC has Indy. They both play 8-win teams. If they both lose, they're both under 500, both going into that game. Then that game becomes a must-win, and whoever loses is eliminated. That's how huge it is. Because if you're Kansas City, if you lose this one, you lose next 5-7. Winning out would be your only strategy, and 10-7 is no guarantee in this day and age. Then you look at Dallas; they're already a game under, and if they lose to Philly 2 under, then you're going to lose another one to Mahomes and the boys. You can't do that; you're going to be eliminated. So, one of you better come out with a treat this Sunday, otherwise it gets scary on the other side. And then I'm going to look at Monday Night Football, so don't give up on my show after Sunday. Monday Night Football, Carolina and San Francisco. To me, if San Fran wins, they get back to, what would it be? I'm pretty sure 8-4. People would see them as dominant again. Getting healthy, doing it right. And then Carolina, if they somehow went in there and win, I mean, I don't necessarily love all the way they play football sometimes. It's sometimes ugly, but if you win at Green Bay and at San Fran is 2-year wins, that's pretty impressive. And finally, after years, the Bucs would have somebody to keep an eye on in their rearview mirror. Hasn't happened in a while, but that's what that win would do for them. So we're automatically going to get one. We only might get one treat this Sunday, but those are the 3 potentials on this version of Sunday.
It's time to close things out with some good old-fashioned locker room talk, so get those hands dirty and wrap things up with yours truly, Joey Nips.
Clean as a whistle. Shower before shows. I'm not no scumbag. Made my bed today, too, Tim Crowley, if you're watching. Take that. Number 1, I got Friendsgiving. Number 2 this weekend. We had a great time last week at one of our buddies. Tones was also there and some others. I got another one this week. It is good to see people. That's what helps ease the mind. Friends, family. We all work hard. We all do our things. We all have a extra side hobby, whether it's working out, podcasts, both. That people play video games. People love to read books, and so on and so forth. This is a great time just to ease it, see people you haven't in a while. And then you get real Thanksgiving. So it's going to be a great week. I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of familiar faces in different places. By the way, though, that was a little too nice. I was reading today What is there a connection from Logan Paul and Michael Jordan? Well, listen to this. And actually, this would have went well on yesterday's show. If you haven't listened to Tones and Zach, they do memorabilia and they talk buckball. But listen to this. So Logan Paul, and this was on the 4-letter network, so legitimate source, legitimate site. I'll do the best I can with the words, but Logan Paul bought a 1994 to 1998 piece of the floor of the United Center that MJ played on for $560,000 roughly. I think it was $562 and change to be more exact. And he had to pay it by September 25th. This was a couple months back. And he goes, I want to see it first, see the outline and all this. And different reports showed that things might have been fabricated, repainted, and he's refusing to pay. So I don't know how I randomly ran into that. I mean, I know how I did, but kind of interesting to me. I want to see what happens from there. But yes, physically, Michael Jordan's not involved, but the company, YouTube, WWE boxing star, we'll see. It's rich people. It's a lot of money. And it's an 8x8 of the floor from, I would love MJ's buddy sneezing. Don't get sick, people. But anyways, interesting story. That's what we told that line as much as we could. I can't believe we're getting to the point where there's going to be less than more, and that has been hit now for the last couple of weeks. It's sad, but we do Gregg. We watch sports. We stutter like I just did, and we told that damn line. Thank you for watching Week 12. God bless. Be safe, and most importantly, see friends and family. Talk to them. Love them. Goodbye.
We'll put it like that. What's it like? I was actually there in attendance in Cleveland for Coe's first career NFL touchdown, which was awesome. And,
Awesome.
It was a great game. You could hear me on camera. I was just screaming, "Say it ain't so, Coe! Say it ain't so!" Sadly, from there, the game kind of went off the rails a little. That was the last high moment of that game, but it was a great game. Overtime loss, fun time.
Yeah.
But how was that moment for you? Seeing the first, whether it was on TV, in person, wherever you were, seeing his first NFL touchdown. How was that?
Well, dude, I mean, we were at home because it was a away game. We don't travel to a lot of the away games because we can get into that later. But, to watch that and to think I wished I was there live. So to have your video was so cool. And just that, man, this is so cool. I mean, that was so cool for us. Catching it from Tom Brady, right? Like, he's got the ball yet. I mean, first NFL touchdown means a lot, right? I mean, as a dad, that's so cool to see. And it was fun to watch. And, yeah, it didn't have the outcome we wanted, but still the same. What a memory. What a memory to have, right? So,
and honestly,
cool.
those one of the best guests ever, the Buccateers in the house tonight. You guys hear him on Tampa radio all the time. He's one of the best in the business. My favorite personal in the business. That's why I'm elated tonight. Growing up in the Chicago area, you're used to sports radio. That's what gets me through the day. So this man does help get me through the day, I will say, with the Pat and Aaron show at work. Nothing like it. So it's incredible. It looks like we got Stunna bumbling in. I'm Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little cleared. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
And he was trying to pull me in big time. And then I was like, nothing's happened with Indianapolis yet. Like, I really want to give Indy a chance. And then also I talked to Cody Gruden, once he took it over Richmond Cannon, still like, well, look, I was like, y'all just give me the opportunity to explore free agency, see what's going on, and then can I make it do it?
All right, everyone, you are tuned into the Buccateers of wide receiver Kalen Geiger, and we are about to have a great pod. This is the Buccateers. You're tapped in, and here we go.